Welcome everybody to the FAVAO product Q&A session. So glad to have you here. I've got a couple of guests with me. I have Dave Webb, Alina Larson, I've got Trish, and I have our very own Dr. Templeman. Thank you all for being here. We're gonna. Thanks. I haven't seen you for a while. It's good to be with you today. It's great to be here. It's been forever, Dave.
We've missed you.
Thank you. So great to be here. Okay, now listen. I need everybody to stay on this call through the end because I have a special announcement at the end about a Thanksgiving challenge that we've just announced that I want you all to hear, so stay on till the end. Listen to the whole webinar here. We've got some great information, plus the Thanksgiving weekend challenge at the end of this webinar. Now, we're going to start out just reviewing the FAVAO timeline so that we're all on the same page here. Right now, there's a new video out on FAVAO.com that you can go listen. We're calling it the Why video. Is that correct?
Yes, and it has our founders in it. It has Gordon Morton, Aaron Garrity, and Joe Morton. And it just gives you a little bit of the message of why FAVAO is so special, why it is so impactful, and why it's going to just change the industry in wellness and weight loss.
That's a great video that you can go look at right now on FAVAO.com. We also have the brand reveal webinar that's out there on FAVAO.com from the 14th. And right now we also have some weight loss claims guidelines. Now, look, just like with Zengo Juice, there's some things that you can say and there's some things that you simply can't say about Zengo Juice. The same is true for FAVAO. And so we need everybody to come up to speed on what you can and can't say. And you can find that document about what you can and can't say in the distributor resources section of Zengo.com. And eventually that'll be moved to FAVAO.com as well. Is that correct, Alina?
That's correct. We know that in this kind of pre-launch phase, we've got info in 2 different places, but we'll consolidate all of it and get it all together, all in the same home, FAVAO.com. So watch for that in the next probably week.
Now remember, when we're talking about claims guidelines, this is not so that we can shut you down or stop you from saying things to build your business. This is so that we can have a business to protect. This is the document that will let you and let us stay in compliance with what the federal government requires so that we're not misleading people, we're not making false expectations. The truth is always good enough, and this is how we're going to help say it.
Very well said, Dave. Thank you so much. All right. Many of you have been placing orders in November for our Total Body Cleanse pack. Those orders will ship the week of November 28th so that you can begin your cleanse products in December. So those will be shipping the very last week of November.
That's in like a few days.
It's coming right up.
Very quick.
Also, on November 28th, you will now have access to the login portion of FAVAO.com. So those of you who have purchased the cleanse pack in November, part of your pack included a year subscription to the FAVAO.com online tools. And November 28th, you'll get your first peek at the first little bit of information that we have behind the login. And that will continue to grow, of course, as we go on here. And your subscription goes from 12 months, from January 2012 to January 2013.
And as a quick reminder, oh, sorry.
Oh, are we giving them 13 months?
Well, yes, we are.
Oh, good for us.
Isn't that awesome?
The baker's dozen
That's
of months.
awesome. Well, and part of that is because we are still developing this website. So you're going to see
Exactly.
it grow and change, and this website is going to be awesome over the next coming months. But as a reminder, when you log in, you'll use your distributor ID and your distributor password that you're using in your MyZango office right now. So as just a tip for everybody who's purchased the program, that's how you log in on November 28th.
Perfect. Thank you, Alina. Also on November 28th, our FAQ series will be posted on FAVAO.com so that you can continue to gather more information about FAVAO based on the questions that we continue to get here at corporate. And that'll be a great help for you. And that document will continue to grow, and those resources will continue to expand.
And that's different than the FAQs that you're getting here today. That is from Christy and Trish, and it's a 3-part series answering many different questions about FAVAO. We also have Dave Webb on that FAQ series. So check it out.
If I'm not mistaken, we actually divulged last names in that FAQ series.
You are correct. And not all parts of that FAQ series are available to the public. You have to go behind the login to get all of them. So make sure you've got your purchase in place so you can access that information and much, much more that we have prepared and planned.
And again, that's beginning Monday, November 28th, just a few days from right now.
Great.
That is so great. So great. This is exciting. Then December 5th will be our next webinar. Maybe we'll have another one in between. be your pre-launch webinar. It'll give you information about what's happening in December, what you can order in December, when, how much, where, and
that's for everyone.
That'll be for everyone.
That's a broad audience webinar, and then we close out with
December 15th. That'll be our next insider webinar, which is for our 5Ks and up in the compensation plan, for them to get some information that they can share with their teams through the rest of December.
Awesome.
Now, we're going to go into some FAQs. What we want to do, yes, that stands for frequently asked questions.
There may be some rookies, and so we don't want to assume. These are the frequently asked questions about FAVAO.
Boy, we are getting so many questions here at the office, and we wanted to share some of the most common ones that we're receiving and give you the answers. So Dave, why don't you walk us through this and turn it over to our experts here as needed.
We've got the experts. Now this is just for a quick heads up. This is what we're finding out, what we're hearing back from people. We're hearing it as individuals within the company. We're hearing it on the FAVAO team. The very experts that are speaking in a moment are hearing the questions themselves. So we're getting questions like, what are the interactions with other medications or other supplementation? How long can we use it? How often do we use it? Is it okay for pregnant and nursing mothers? How long does the program last? What is the gluten content? Is there an issue with irritable bowel syndrome? I've never said that on a conference call before. Today is the first. Is there an IBS issue? What are the ingredients? How do we maintain weight? All these things. So we have with us, obviously, Trish, Expert A, and Dr. Expert T, Templeman, and we have some great, some specifics that we'll get into right now. So some of these will be addressed right now. And do you want to go to Fred on this right now? Or?
Yes, he's going to address some of these questions that he's getting about these subjects right now on this slide.
Perfect.
And unfortunately, we're going to have to talk about things like bowel habits.
There it is.
Yeah.
Let's just put it out there, and now we can all be adults and move on. Well, most of us can.
So as far as interactions with any of the ingredients in the FAVAO line with medications, there's not likely going to be anything. Now, when I say not likely, I say that because I personally am not aware of every medication that is out there. However, in the amounts that are in here, I am well aware of what happens with the elements that are in the FAVAO line. And I have watched those for many years and haven't seen any significant supplement, food, drug interaction. What you do need to be aware of is that if you are on one-a-day medication for some condition where the doctor has said you'll take this medication once a day, when you start to use the cleanse, you are going to be speeding up the transit time of things through the GI tract. And accordingly, you need to talk with your doctor and say, this is what I'm going to be using. It is an herbal preparation that is going to help cleanse my bowel. Will I need to make any adjustments in my medication? That's all you need to ask. Now, for continual use, people have asked me, do I use the body cleanse? Do I use the fiber? Do I use the metabolic elements? Should I be using these on a continued basis? Well, I'm going to address, first of all, the body cleanse. And here, part of this whole process of weight management is to become aware of your body and its functions in a way that you haven't been tuned into before. And so you're going to have to listen to your body, and particularly with the cleanse product. Now, the human bowel habit has a range of something from about 3 times a day is considered normal to once every 4 days is the other side of normal. And so obviously, the bodies on the left side of this range and the bodies on the right side of this range are not going to respond exactly the same to the cleanse. People who are over on the right side, they're going to be able to use the cleanse for longer periods of time and more often than those who are on the left side. We're not in the business of suggesting that you need to have diarrheal stools on any kind of frequent basis. What we're saying is it's important to clean out this GI tract. Is where we get all our nutrients from. It's where we get everything that we require for our body's health. And it's good to maintain it. I just had a guy who came out and had to ream out my septic tank. But in any event.
Not literally.
Literally.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Got it.
But what I'm saying is it's good to clean out, and it's good to clean out on a regular basis. But your body will tell you how much of this you could and should use. And it will vary from individual to individual. Now, as far as the metabolic product is concerned, really exciting. I'm going to talk about it in a few minutes. I intend to use that every single day because it's going to help maintain the balance between fat burning and energy use in my body. And that's crucial to weight management. The protein. We, in most of our diets, don't get adequate amounts of protein. And when we're rushing around and we can't get a full meal in, then a protein shot, either in the form of something that you're going to make and mix as a drink or in some other form, is important. And we're going to have somebody who's going to talk to us about the proper interval to eating. But I'm going to be using the protein product all through my life. Now, fiber. Do we need fiber on a daily basis? Absolutely we do. In fact, there is a correlation in medicine between lack of fiber and certain problems and diseases of the digestive tract. And so when you give your body fiber, and there are two kinds of fiber. There is soluble fiber, which is really important for being able to help control cholesterol and keep it within normal limits. And there is insoluble fiber, which is the bulking agent that is going to be able to give you what your body needs to work on it. Because when you think about the digestive tract, it's all muscle. You need something to work on. And so often the processed foods that we get just don't have the bulk that is required for normal good health. So yes, fiber every day helps you not be hungry. Now, is this gluten-free? Absolutely. Every one of these products does not have gluten in it. Now, there are some modifications that can be made to the eating plan that you're going to hear about that will allow you, if you've got gluten enteropathy, to be able to adjust your diet so that you can do this just like everybody else. No exclusion for that reason. No exclusion, in fact, for most of the kinds of things that you could imagine that could go wrong with your digestive tract. However, there are some people who should not use the cleanse. But if you're not sure, go to your doctor. Talk to your doctor about the medical diagnosis that you may have, and he or she will be able to give you guidance. But just off the top of my head, I would say that people who have inflammatory bowel disease, now this would include Crohn's disease, it would include ulcerative colitis, it may on some occasions include IBS, the more diarrheal form of irritable bowel syndrome. So it isn't recommended for them. And also, we have not tested these things in nursing mothers. I'm talking specifically here about the metabolic product and the cleanse. But we haven't tested this in pregnant women or in nursing mothers. So once again, what we suggest to you, if you have a diagnosis, you're receiving medication or care from a health professional, go to them, tell them what you intend to do, and find out what their advice would be on an individual basis. Now, the question has been asked, if I don't want to lose weight, what benefits can I expect from this? Well, you know, there's a way of eating that's healthy, and there are dozens of ways of eating that are not healthy. These products are there to be able to support your body as you go through a transition from what most of us eat now, which is unhealthy, to a transition to good food in the proper amount at the proper interval. So are there benefits? Absolutely. I can't think that there would be a single person in North America, except perhaps Joe might not have benefit. No, I'm kidding. But people who are just in the general run of how we eat, if you live in North America today, you've got a weight problem unless you're doing something not to have one. And so yes, there will be benefit for people who don't have to lose weight.
Perfect. Dr. T, thanks for that. That is Fred. That's a little disrespectful. He's Dr. Fred Templeman. He is board certified. He's an absolute whiz at all of this. So it's not just Dr. T, the caricature. It's the real guy. Thanks, Fred, for helping us share with that. Now, let's launch into a couple of actual questions that have come into us. I'm going to start with Dr. T one more time. What is the best way to use the body cleanse? That's the first product everyone's getting. It's the first part of the whole system, and it's coming to people starting the week of the 28th. So, Fred, what is the best way to use the body cleanse?
Well, the best way and the best rule of thumb, so to speak, is to listen to your body. Let it tell you what it needs. The purpose of the cleanse, as I suggested earlier, is to remove the contents of the intestine in their entirety, essentially, so that you can begin to put the proper things and to do this on a periodic basis as your body requires. So you'd use about 1/2 to 1 scoop of the cleanse a day. Some people may even have to use as little as 1/4 of a scoop, but you use it. You use it in the evening. You use it ideally for the first time on a weekend when you don't have something that might stop you from getting to a bathroom if you need to get to a bathroom. I told you again that we don't have studies about this in pregnant or nursing women, so those people need to consult with their doctor. And as far as anything else is concerned, get a stethoscope if you need to, but listen to your body.
That's a little ironic that you say listen to your body when we're talking about the GI tract. I love that terminology. Thanks, Brett. Next question. We're going to roll right into it. Why do we use mangosteen in FAVAO?
Well, mangosteen is a remarkable fruit. It has dozens and dozens of beneficial elements within it that the body can use to meet the challenges not only of construction and reparation, doing things like repair, excuse me, I'm a French word, but repair and maintenance, but also when things have gone wrong and we're into disequilibrium, we know that there are many, many elements in the mangosteen. And for anybody who's curious about this, simply go to PubMed and type in mangosteen and see what you're going to find. You will find that this is not a unidimensional thing, but that the elements that are included in the mangosteen fruit can be used by the body in many different applications, and that's the best way to do it. But I just want to finish up by talking about what I think is so incredible in these products, and that's the metabolic product. And Zango already has a couple of real good studies that show that the science is behind this. These are randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled, well, that's hard for me to say, randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies, 2 of them, using enough people to make it valid, 60 obese subjects. And in the treatment groups, of course, you had the treatment group who got the mangosteen-based product, which is the backbone of the metabolic product, and you got people who didn't have it. And using the trial duration of 8 weeks, they were able to see tremendous results. In fact, they were able to see very measurable results in just 2 weeks. But after the 8 weeks, for example, and these are some of the things they were looking at. They were looking at body weight. They were looking at body mass index, which is a combination of weight and height. They were looking at waist and hip circumference. They were looking at the blood work, which would look after blood lipids, meaning cholesterol and its various formulations, and glucose. And they were looking at something else really interesting that I'm going to mention, even though it's a bit technical. It's something called the serum adiponectin connection. Adiponectin is a chemical measure that you can measure in your blood, and it tells you when you're burning fat. As it goes up, that's an indication that you are getting rid of fat, that you're burning fat. So when you saw that the adiponectin went up 9 times higher in the people who were on the product than those who were in the placebo group, it's pretty exciting. When you realize that when you look at the body weight, the waist and hip circumference, etc., that you see that the people who were in the active group have on average more than 3 times the benefits that they saw in the placebo group. It's really quite striking. These are not minimal results. They're quite striking results. And they should be giving you the confidence that they're giving me, because I can see that this makes a big difference, and it impresses me as a doctor. And I think that you will be impressed as people in the large life trial of FAVAO when you get to do it yourself. But remarkable stuff. On the order of 11 pounds lost in 8 weeks, on the order of 4 inches around the circumference of the waist in 4 weeks. Important results.
Wonderful. Thank you, Fred. Now let's jump into the next question. And this one I shall direct to Ms. Trish. That is all you will know her as for the next little while. But Trish, let's jump into it. How can I incorporate the FAVAO lifestyle into my already pretty busy and packed schedule?
Right. We get it that everybody is busy. You know, we all have busy lives and busy schedules, and that's why when we developed the FAVAO lifestyle that we made it simple and easy to follow. And we were very mindful of your time and of your schedule in two different ways. One is that we don't want you to have to sit down for hours every day and count your calories. We don't have time to do that. You don't have time to do that. So what we've done is we've done all the homework for you. We've taken all the guesswork out. We have counted the calories for you. So we've laid out everything that you're going to eat, and I mean, to the extent that we even made a grocery list for you. So that even takes some more time off of your hands there also. The other thing with the food is that you are actually preparing a week's worth of meals in advance, and that's going to save you time during the week. So you're not standing in the kitchen each and every day cooking all of these meals. You will save time throughout the week. The second way that we are mindful of your time is that we are not expecting you to spend hours and hours at the gym. You just don't have time to do that either. You can do the exercises, obviously, at the gym, but you can also do them at home and when you're traveling. And you can even start today before you even have that FAVAO book in your hands. You can start being active by going for a walk, doing jumping jacks at your desk, doing something fun, going to the park and playing games.
Wow, that is a great, I mean, the whole point of this is not to overtake your lifestyle, it's to enhance your lifestyle. So all of the elements are built so that they are easily adaptable and adoptable by everyone who jumps into the program. Yeah. And I'm here with Alina and Scott, and we're into this whole thing ourselves, and the reality is it supports a busy schedule. It helps me be more accomplished and to get better things done. So that's a great answer. Thanks, Trish. Now, here's another question for Trish. What if I am traveling a lot? What if I drive for my job, or what if I have to drive long distances, or I'm on the road a lot? How does the FAVAO Lifestyle Program affect me there?
Right, and especially now, probably a lot of people are traveling for the holidays. Some of you may have already traveled this week or are going to. But one thing is that we have is we offer support materials online in the form of an eating out guide and travel tips. And also we want you to understand and realize that, yeah, you're going to be traveling probably not just for this 12-week reset, but for the rest of your life, and that is what FAVAO is. It's a reset, but it's for the rest of your life. It is a lifestyle change. And as you go throughout the FAVAO program, you are getting an education. You're learning how to eat on the go. You're learning how to swap out meals when you're traveling. You're learning how to order at a restaurant so you feel like you're successful when you're ordering off of the menu. So we're just helping you be more prepared as you travel. And I know for me personally, when I travel and don't take all my food and my Zango and FAVAO supplements with me, I feel it. I don't feel as good. I don't feel as organized, and I miss it.
Well, thank you, Trish. And here's something to look forward to. If you get a chance, ask Scott Smith about smuggling eggs into Mexico. Now,
it's not a good idea.
He recommends against it, for the record. Now, specifically Thanksgiving. People are going to be listening to this tonight. It's the day before Thanksgiving, and we're getting ready for the big day tomorrow. How can I stay healthy? That says stay healthy. What it really means is how can I be healthy? How can I take care of myself intelligently during a day on which I normally stuff my face and move very little?
Exactly. Well, let me give you a statistic here. The average American consumes 3,000 calories in Thanksgiving dinner alone. One meal.
That's one time when I'm not happy to be called above average.
I mean, that's a lot of calories, and upwards of 4,500 calories for the whole day. So if you think about it this way, a person who weighs 160 pounds, to burn off that 3,000 calories, you have a choice here, Dave. You ready? You can either walk 30 miles, you can swim for 5 hours, or you can jog at a moderate pace for 4 hours. Which one do you want, A, B, or C?
Well, over the course of my life, I have done all those things. I have run a total of 30 miles in my whole life. Holy smokes, that sounds crazy.
That kind of hits home, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but the day after Thanksgiving, those three things I don't want to be doing on that Black Friday.
Well, I'm going to give them something I hope this is not on the record. But when you eat something as an occasional effect, suppose you push yourself away from the Thanksgiving dinner and you say, what on earth did I put all of that in there for? Because you usually don't feel that good afterwards. Well, now you have a way of getting it out a little bit faster. And like I say, this is not a strategy spending on a repetitive basis. But for a single situation, you can do something about that now. And also, before you sit down to eat, take a big fiber drink. That will help fill your stomach, give you a feeling of satiety, and even though the turkey may be good, you'll only take one piece.
Good advice. Good advice. And it really is about making a smarter choice when you sit down to eat. And Dave, you also brought up that, be more active. It's the day that typically we sit down and eat. We watch, a football game. We watch movies. We get back up to eat.
We're watching people be active. Is that?
Well, no, that doesn't count. Yeah, so you be active. Take a walk. Take your family to the park. Play football. Play Just Dance on the Wii. Whatever you want to do. But do something that's going to get that blood flowing and burn some extra calories.
You got it. Now, the holidays are a great time for people bringing over treats and cakes and pies and cookies and Rice Krispie treats and chocolate chip cookies without nuts. And my address is in the phone book if you want to send. I'm totally kidding. But if we get cravings, how do we address these? How do we fight the cravings during the holidays? Dr. T.
Well, the basis of cravings is at the basis of the reason why there exists something called food addiction. And I'll be talking about that as I go around and talk to you individually. But the food addiction aspect of it is to do with the spikes of insulin in response to taking in excessive amounts of carbohydrates or refined foods. And so the secret, I think, is in the way that you eat. And we're going to hear some more about that from Trish.
Right. So that secret that he's talking about, the way that we eat, is, the FAVAO lifestyle has you eating smaller, balanced meals. You're eating the right foods, carbohydrates, proteins, healthy fats, in the right portions and at the right times. Every 2 to 3 hours you're having something to eat, and that will indeed help keep your blood sugars within the normal ranges. And as you do this, it is going to help with those cravings. And another way that you can help with the cravings is to stay hydrated. Sometimes we're not craving things, we're not necessarily hungry, but we're thirsty. We need something to drink.
And if you're thirsty, just drop some fiber into the drink.
There you go.
You can't really truly overdose on the fiber. Your body will tell you. But you can't take too much of it. And so when you're going to take some hydration, drop in a bit of the fiber because it does help keep the GI tract full, and that dampens appetite.
Wonderful. Now, we've talked a lot about some of the practice and the theory and the science behind all of the decisions we're making, the products we're launching, but a serious question remains, and that is, does this stuff work? Does this whole lifestyle, and I'm asking rhetorically because I feel it working in me, but everybody wants to know, what kind of results have we seen? Scott, what do you think?
Oh, thanks for asking, Dave. We've actually seen some great results, and everybody is buying in November. We're buying the cleanse pack, and so that's very similar to what we offered as a trial to some of our distributors earlier this year. And so maybe we go back to those people for just a second and take some of their results that they've reported. We pulled these right off of Facebook. Thanks, Alina, for helping out here. Cheryl Love, she says since she started the trial, which was the cleanse and fiber, she's down 18 pounds and has kept it off. Fantastic. That's on the cleanse and fiber. Now, of course, both Cheryl and Jim here, they're doing they're incorporating other concepts that are all part and will be part of the FAVAO program, but the products they were using were the cleanse and fiber. Jim Schultz, down 22 pounds and 3 inches since doing the phase 3 trial, and he's feeling great. Looking forward to adding the rest of the program and losing another 20 pounds. And Jim, I'm certain you're going to do it. Go with FAVAO. Very good. So that's just a couple of the testimonials that we have out there just from our distributors who have used only the cleanse portion of the program. It's fantastic.
Awesome. Now, Scott, why don't we stay on you? We've got a pretty serious question. We've got some pre-launch things that are coming up. What kind of packs are available? What are we making available during the pre-launch?
Well, great. Right now it's November, and so in November we have one pack available. It's the Total Body Cleanse Pack. It includes the FAVAO Body Cleanse product, the FAVAO Fiber, and one box of 365 for adults. It also includes the pre-launch program, booklet guide, and a year subscription to the online tool. That's the program part of FAVAO.
And that booklet is almost like scripture.
It is
so much great. I have that at my desk. I'm carrying it with me at home. I'm flipping pages. Here's what I can have now. Here's what I'm looking forward to. It really is an absolute, it's a guide in the truest sense of the word.
Exactly right. I'm writing notes. I'm tracking my progress in my book. It's fantastic.
And what's great is it's for every individual. So there's a book for men and there's a book for women. So the book I'm doing the exact same thing with and tracking all my progress is different than the book you guys are using.
That's right. And the meal plan, Trish, is customized for men and women. It's different.
Exactly, exactly. But if you wanted to do it with your spouse, you'll be eating the same foods, it's just different calorie amounts. So one shopping trip.
Yeah, you want to make sure that's a critical distinction between the two books. You would not want, I'm looking at Alina. Alina, you would not want to try to eat as many calories as the men need to eat because of how we're processing it. And similarly, I wouldn't have the results on mine if I were using the women's booklet. So those are very, very important distinctions to remember.
Well, I'll draw to your attention that in those two studies that I quoted to you where they had such remarkable results, everybody ate 2,000 calorie diets and they only walked 30 minutes 5 days out of 7. So this shows that if you're just doing minimal amounts, there are benefits there. If you're doing more.
Yeah, that's great. So let's remind everybody about the pricing on this pack. There are three types of people who need to order this pack in November. The first is an existing distributor. An existing distributor can buy the Total Body Cleanse pack for $175. That's a $75 savings. A new customer or an existing customer buys the Total Body Cleanse pack for $190. That's a $60 savings. And of course, if you're a new customer, we're waiving the $5 fee to join as a new customer. And a new distributor can buy the Total Body Cleanse pack plus your new distributor kit for $200, and that's a $50 savings. That's great savings on the Total Body Cleanse pack. In fact, the savings that we're offering in November are perhaps the most aggressive and the best that you'll see in the FAVAO product line ever. So right now in November is the best time to buy. You go to FAVAO.com, you can either download the paper order form and send that in to us, or you can order online. Now, let me tell you what's coming in December. In December, we will offer the FAVAO Complete Pack. The FAVAO Complete Pack includes, again, the FAVAO Body Cleanse, the FAVAO Fiber, the FAVAO Metabolic, and the FAVAO Protein. Those two new products, the first time that you'll be able to order them is in December. You'll also have the opportunity, if you didn't buy in November, you'll have the opportunity to buy the FAVAO program. That's the booklet, the guide, the online tools with all the accountability, tracking, community, all the updates, all the content. Now, here's the pricing for December. In order to get the FAVAO Complete Pack with the program, meaning you didn't buy in November, if you buy the FAVAO Complete Pack with the program, distributor price is $275. That comes with 220 PV. That's a $65 savings. If you're a new distributor, you just buy the distributor kit, of course, when you sign up. That's a $35 fee. Customer pricing is $295. That's a $45 savings. And once again, if you're a new customer, we're waiving the $5 fee. Now, if you did buy in November, which means that you've already bought the FAVAO program, you do not need to buy the FAVAO program again. That's a one-year subscription. So you have the opportunity, if you bought in November, you can buy the complete pack in December without the program. The distributor price is $220 with 200 PV. That's a $20 savings. And the customer price, $230 with 200 PV. That's $10 savings. So that's what's coming in December, just a little sneak peek. Okay? Now, I want to tell you what comes after that. In January, we'll have the opportunity to buy the complete pack again, but it'll be at a higher price. The Total Body Cleanse pack, again, at a higher price. And in February, that's when you'll be able to order individual products, and you'll be able to customize your own pack depending on your own personalized body needs. There'll be a core set of products, and then you can add on other products like the Cleanse and the 365 and Elevate, depending on what you need, and juice.
So through January, through the end of January, the only way to get any of the products is to be on one of the packs.
That's correct. This is pre-launch in November and December. We have limited availability, and so we're selling our products as packs. January as well. It's our launch month in January. What we have available are packs. That's what you need to buy.
Now, Scott, if you don't buy in November, are you guaranteed to be able to get these in December?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, Alina. Here's the deal. If you buy in November, we know that you're going to be starting the products in December, and we don't want you to have to stop. And so those who bought in November, your orders for December for the complete pack will be the first ones that are processed. If you want to guarantee that you get the complete pack before we run out, you need to place your order in November. Those who place an order in November are first in line to get the product in December. And then, of course, we'll process whatever orders we can for new people ordering in December until we run out.
But it is priority processing.
Priority processing
November purchase
for those who buy in November.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, Scott.
It is.
And we need to make it fun.
We want to, first of all, wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving in the United States. Of course, our friends in Canada, they had Thanksgiving a few weeks ago, and we sent a nice Thanksgiving message to them a few weeks ago. But happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And to celebrate, why don't we throw out a little challenge? In fact, some of you may know about this already. We sent the email out just yesterday or the day before. Thanksgiving challenge. Here we go. Let's have a little bit of fun. You're all going to be out there with family and friends this weekend. You're going to spend a lot of time with family and friends. What better opportunity for you to talk about FAVAO than with your family and friends?
While they're feeding their faces.
Yes, and before they're all thinking about what they're going to have to do to burn off all those calories that Trish talked about. Why don't we make it easy for them and get their FAVAO orders right now?
In fact, you should walk around and sneak their before pictures while they're sleeping.
Well, they're taking their nap after they've stuffed themselves.
With crumbs on their faces.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. This challenge is for the United States, and we're going to have a similar challenge going for Canada. We have more information for our Canada distributors soon. But the people who submit the most FAVAO orders between today, Wednesday, and Monday, so November 23rd through the 28th, are going to win some prizes and have a little bit of special recognition. First, the person who submits the most orders. This is you, your orders on your account, plus any orders on your personally sponsored customer account or a personally sponsored distributor account between these dates. The person who submits the most orders will win an iPad 2. How's that?
Fantastic.
And it's not even used. It's a brand new one.
I saw it today. It's ready to go. It's loaded up with all the Zengo stuff.
I think we preloaded it with Zengo Show, Zengo Mobile.
It's ready to go. That is a fantastic little
Will that fit in your stocking? I wondered.
I think you'll find room. If you win it, you will find room.
That's right. Now, it doesn't stop just there. That's for the one who submits the most orders between their own account, personally sponsored distributors, and personally sponsored customers. The next 5 who with the most orders will all earn a Zengo branded Storm Tech jacket. Now, have you seen this, Dave?
That's the one from convention.
It is.
Yeah, they're $90.
So hot.
They are. It's a value of about $90. It's a fantastic jacket. And it doesn't stop there. The next 15 will all receive a Zengo branded glass water bottle.
Not nearly as nice as the jacket. I'll just come out and say it. But it's a nice little bottle.
Let's go. Okay, let's go out there and have a little bit of fun. Let's all compete for these prizes. I'm so excited to see who's going to win the iPad 2. It's going to be great. So get your orders in over the weekend. Again, the cutoff on that, it started today, Wednesday morning, and it goes until end of day, midnight, Mountain Time on Monday. Get your orders in and let's see who can win. All right, everybody. We sure appreciate you and all that you're doing out there, and loving that everybody is so excited about FAVAO. I know we are, and we're looking forward to a fantastic end of the month and a wonderful, wonderful December.
Thanks to Fred Templeman, to Trish, who shall remain no nameless for a little minute, Alina Larson, Scott Smith, Dave Webb, everybody who is on this call. Rock on, have a phenomenal weekend, and we will talk to you again very soon.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Good night.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.